The dreaded Rose report. My word for the day is, why can't we all get along? All right. Well, WWE's Brock Lesnar's SummerSlam opponent wasn't announced, I don't think, on the Canadian SmackDown portion. It was announced later that he's going to be facing the Viper Randy Orton August 21st, Brooklyn, New York, which had been rumored for a while because Randy's down there starting to train in NXT. This was expected by many WWE, but I don't know why they held off on us so. But can't remember. I think they may have wrestled before. I'm gonna have to look back, see what's going on. But that's really the only other opponent I could think of for him to even take on that would be a good match. The rest of them he would squash. TNA, they began airing Spike TV 2005 on Saturday nights, and I'll see if you keep track of this, and later moved to Thursdays in April of a year later, about 2006. They briefly moved to Sunday in 2010 and Wednesday in 2014 before moving to Friday nights on Destination America beginning April 15th. You got all that? Impact's going to be moving to Wednesday in June of that year and then returning to Tuesday nights on Pop TV this year. Got it? Well, the move is back. Thursday nights was not been confirmed yet, but they're definitely in talks of going on Impact and will likely hit in the ratings due to SmackDown beginning July 19th with the draft show. So they want to get the heck away from Tuesday nights. SmackDown is going to be drawn in probably some good numbers then. So I guess they're going to go back to Thursday. See if you, no wonder nobody can find them. Fans are looking all over the channel for them. And what day? Well, anyway, WWE reportedly they were interested in bringing back. Remember old Kurt Hawkins and Jimmy Wang Yang? Well, Wang was backstage at Monday's Raw and teased something about something coming up big on Twitter. And he posted a photo backstage at Raw outside of Vince McMahon's office and said he's waiting on a meeting. And noted before, WWE is looking to bring back several of the former wrestlers for the brand extension. And one idea was bring back the veterans that could still go the ways and be able to put over the younger guys. WWE is also interested in signing Luchador star Volador Jr. and Rush. Rush worked a WWE tryout last year with the company and signed with La Sombra. There you go. La Sombra. And he's known as Andrade Almas. Bret Hart. This is kind of a little dig. Bret Hart was asked by Triple H. Oh, about Triple H, my fault. He said, what's his feeling on Triple H? He says, I like the new one, but I have some disrespectancies with the game a little bit. He says, I went into the thing last fall when the latest 2000 K game was coming out. They were telling me how I'm an 85 or something like that, and Triple H is a 98. I remember what I was like, but would be a 98 and think they go, well, because he's the boss and we have to suck up to the boss. I don't know. He said he was laughing about it and it was kind of pissed me off, Bret said. He says, I thought I don't care how many titles Triple H wins, he could never lace up my effing boots. Period. Somebody still has a little ego, huh? All right. I don't know if you've seen Impact Wrestling this last week, but it was a strange match between Jeff and Matt. So anyway, here's a little inside info on that. TNA officials were said to be beyond thrilled with the viewership of this past week's Impact Wrestling episode featuring the final deletion with Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. And by the way, the show drew about 410,000 viewers for the first airing, up from last week to 322,000. 410 to 20, that's a little bit of an increase. Anyway, regarding the much talked about segment, it was done because Dixie Carter wanted there to be fresh content that would be spoiler free on Impact Wrestling. The entire segment was filmed at Matt and Jeff Hardy's properties in North Carolina. Jeremy Borash and the TNA crew drove from Nashville to North Carolina, and Borash was responsible for the direction and the editing of the segments. But I thought he did a pretty good job. It doesn't give kids a very good, we want to call it respect for fireworks, though. Man. Anyway, there was a lot of material that was filmed but not used. All props used were on hand at Matt's house with some improvisation. There you go. The birthday party was set up, by the way. It was Matt's son's, and that was the same setup used for his real birthday. And as seen in the match, referee Kevin Keenan was used, and he's not currently a TNA regular, but Matt Hardy, both of them knew him from their time in WWE, and he was brought in after Matt suggested it. And on a related note, Senor Benjamin is actually close with Reby Sky and will be appearing on TNA television again in the coming months. But that was, what do you think of that? I was a little on the odd side, but I never seen a match that had music going and playing all the way through it. I suggested that a long time ago because I said the best part, the most exciting thing WWE does is their promos, where they show the highlights, they got the music, they got the crash, the booms, and well, it gets you exciting. And then all at once, here comes The Miz out and kind of dies off, except for his wife. Anyway, WWE posted the following. They finally announced it on their website. The Summer of Dream matches continue Sunday, August 21st with Randy Orton due to lock horns with the Brock Lesnar at the SummerSlam. All right, WWE officials are very high on Kathy Kelly as an interviewer right now. And as noted, Tag Team Champions New Day defeated Vaudevillains during a dark match at Tuesday's SmackDown taping in Toledo. Aiden English paid tribute to, believe it or not, Eddie Guerrero by coming out with an Eddie t-shirt on. English was married to Eddie's daughter, or is married to Eddie's daughter, Shaw Guerrero. Didn't know if you remember that. Said that a long time ago when she was down in NXT. But I don't know if you noticed at the AJ Styles versus Enzo Amore match, Enzo went to do a suicide dive and didn't go over the rope real good and didn't land real good either. And that guy needs to stay away from ropes. Dangerous on him. All right. Noted before that WWE Cruiserweight Classic weight limit, by the way, is 205 pounds, which I'm not going to make it. Was legit, as every wrestler who competed in the first round had to make the weight or did be cut from the tournament. Competitors have kept the weight, at that because they got to come back for round two, and they're going to be subject to weigh-ins again before each match on every future CWC taping. All right. By the way, just to throw this out real quick, on this day in pro wrestling about 20 years ago, the guy that made WWE presently wants you to forget about. They want you to forget about him. Hulk Hogan made a monumental heel turn. World Championship Wrestling in 1999 edition of their pay-per-view Bash at the Beach. At the end of the event, Hogan would join the newly signed wrestlers Scott Hall, Kevin Nash to form the New World Order of Wrestling, which later was shortened to just the New World Order. Hulk Hogan had sustained a babyface run-in for about 16 years, or run, not a run-in, for about 16 years at this point through 96. Hogan was a major draw. Heel turned suddenly and unexpectedly with wrestlers like Sting and Bret Hart suspected as being the third man to join Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. But also in 1995, where am I at? That's where the wars was going on too. Okay, WCW Uncensored in 96, Hogan went against Macho Man Randy Savage they went together and beat the Horsemen, I think Dungeon of Doom and Axel Hollywood actors hired, even brought in Zeus and or Z Gangsta, whatever you want to call him, in a Doomsday match. Hogan disappeared from television after that match for a while. What else happened? Oh, the lawsuit threat. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash appeared at the 1996 Great American Bash, were interviewed by Eric Bischoff, who was then member of WCW's commentating team, loosely known as WCW's VP at that time. Eric Bischoff had to address the elephant in the room and ask if Hall and Nash were working for WWE. Both said no. While that could have created a major hole in their credibility, Hall and Nash soon reiterated their role as a threat to WCW by attacking Bischoff. So they were still the invaders, whatever you want to call them. What else have I got? WCW reportedly pursued Bret Hart for the role, but didn't have really the deal to do it with. Well, anything else went on? Let's see. No, might be about it. That's all I got on here. Hey, thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.